What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Alright, let's talk about this whole boss babe culture. Independent woman, grinding 24/7, making money moves. Sounds good on Instagram, right? But let's be real. Most men are not lining up to date or marry a so-called boss babe. And no, it's not because they're intimidated. It's because men don't want to date another competitor. They want a partner. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into the video.
A man does not want a woman who says she's a boss, sweetheart.
Insecure men don't want a
No,
boss.
no,
That's
no
all right.
man. And I'm telling you, men who've conquered the world do not want this. These are my clients.
You
These
want
are the
a
men
man.
that I know.
Let me say something
They
to you, babe.
respect you as your singer and they're
That's
pandering
fine.
because of your talent. But are they taking you home and saying, that's my wife?
Somehow.
There's a difference.
Somehow that
I don't think guys value ambition as much as we do and we seek as women. And I think it's because they want to kind of be the provider. And I think as women, the reason why we want to be ambitious and have our own thing is because we want to always feel like, if at any point you decide to go date somebody hotter than me, you decide to leave me, I'm still good on my own.
If you're a truly attractive, ambitious woman, let me tell you something about the men in your life. Most of them, and I mean most of them, are not going to be interested in you. They might be interested in the idea of you or the way that you look, but trust me, the second that they get to know you, they're going to realize a lot sooner than you probably will that they couldn't keep up with you for 2 seconds. It might be really difficult to find a man who can hold really intellectual conversations with you, have the same level of confidence that you have, match your drive and your ambition. Just most men, not all of them. And so they leave because who wants to be in a relationship where they constantly feel less than? So take it as a compliment and understand that they just realized a lot sooner than you did that they couldn't handle you for 5 minutes if their life depended on it.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Most men don't want a independent, strong woman.
That is a fact. I'm almost willing to say all.
No, that's
but
it.
I ain't gonna say that.
Go ahead.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that because the
I'm about
word
to throw up
independent
in my
means
cup.
I don't need you, and that's exactly what
No,
we was
it
talking about.
doesn't,
Yes,
Cousin.
it. Look it up. Yes, it does. Yes, it.
Do men actually want to be with highly ambitious, career-driven women? Most men inside the community that I'm a part of said the exact same thing in different ways. When she gives off the impression that she can do it all on her own, I just feel no need to be there. Nobody wants to be somewhere where they don't feel like they can contribute in any way. Putting all of your time and your energy into this grand plan without actually giving any room for a man to come in to co-create an empire, to co-create a relationship.
Sensational.
This is such an important question. Successful men are not intimidated by successful women, but it is all about a balance and being able to be in your feminine energy around a man. Success does not mean masculine energy, and if you are a successful woman, you do not need to prove yourself to a man. Being soft is not being weak. Wealthy men want success without ego, confidence without control, and independence without distance. Women who attract successful men, they don't just have money, but they have balance. They know when to take charge and when to let a man take care of them.
As a man in an intimate relationship, they do not appreciate an ambitious, driven, successful woman.
Yeah, because it fundamentally...
It does not serve them fundamentally.
It also doesn't serve you in the relationship. And I make this very clear. If I go, hey, baby, dinner tomorrow night, 8:30, get dressed and ready. And you're like, ooh, I have a house showing at 8:30. I can't.
You're turned off instantly.
Instantly, you're not my woman. Your devotion meter is going...
Because you want a woman to serve you in all aspects, essentially.
No, yeah. There's a certain component to when you're with a man, you're with that man exclusively. And I think that women go, well, I don't like that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's okay to feel that way. I want you to recognize how you really desire that for your best interest. And if you can, as a woman, recognize that, you'll start realizing it's my boss or my husband. Someone's telling me what to do. And there's no liberation in the fact that now your 8:30 dinner plans with a person you love is now coming for a guy that needs a paycheck and a quota by a certain time.
I don't really care about a woman's money. I'd prefer she's not in debt. And perhaps she can take care of herself, but she doesn't need to be a boss babe. She doesn't need to be grinding, working 70 hours a week. I'm not really. The thing with work, and there is a certain cutthroatness that you need to develop, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're self-employed. Doing business can sometimes be you're dealing with certain personalities, and like you have to like deal with the politicalness of the corporate world if you're in like a corporate job. And I think you do tend to develop perhaps more masculine traits as a woman if you're very heavily, not always, but you can start developing a bit more of a, you know, you may get a little bit more in your masculine, which some men might find less attractive.
So something that I've noticed since being in law school and even graduated from law school and starting my business and everything like that is that some men don't want to be with a successful woman. Now, they may claim they do, but in reality, they don't. Once you get to a certain level of success, your success can begin to intimidate them. And that will show up in little ways in the relationship. Why? Because they begin to resent your success because you're becoming the powerhouse of the relationship, the mitochondria, if you will, and they don't like that. To them, you're supposed to be behind them, slightly behind them, or beside them, as they say. And so when you begin to step in front of them, when you become to get in the limelight, they don't want that to happen. They don't like that. It takes a strong man, someone who is comfortable in himself, in his career, in his person, in his manhood, to be with a successful woman.
Well, the thing is, most men don't care how many degrees you have, how high your heels are, or how high your salary is. They care about how you treat them. Is she supportive? Is she kind? Does she bring peace into my life? Because let me tell you, a man will pick the woman who makes him feel respected and at ease over the boss babe who's constantly reminding him how independent she is.
Women are fucking chicken heads now. Like they just, I'm a bad bitch, but I want a man that's like a masculine man, but I want to be bad. Well, masculine men don't want you. No dude that's a freaking alpha male wants some chick that goes around thinking she's a bad bitch. It's not interesting to us. I don't care about how much money you make. I don't care what your friend group is. I don't care what your social media status is. None of that is even remotely attractive to me. I want a woman that's going to support me. I want a woman that wants to build a life with me, wants to be a mom, wants to be traditional. This is why women are getting ran through and men won't settle down with us because this is the playing field you gave us. Oh, you're going to be a bad bitch? I ain't going to with you. I'm not going to do that. So now you're just going to have dudes run through you because you're hot and you're going to just be getting left by good quality guys. So you're going to have to settle with a dude because your body count's through the roof now. And girls don't care what a guy's body count is, but guys care what a girl's body count is. You're just going to get ran through for the rest of your life. And then you're going to eventually have to settle down with a B-grade dude because as hot as you weren't really that attractive to good quality guys.
I was trying to tell him yesterday, I was like, we should talk about this. Like, I'm a strong female, right? It's hard for me to deal with men. First of all, because I have money, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of men don't want to deal with women who have like their own money because either they want some of it or they're, you know, we don't like cooperate how a girl with no money cooperates. You know what I'm saying? We have.
That's in your mind though.
What?
You gotta run to the right guy. So like
guys like that.
Yeah, I love it. I love a girl have way more money than me. Hey, any woman out there got more money than me, holla at me. I want to meet you. You know what I'm saying? Shit, but it's still gonna be my rules though. Because in the day,
that's not a work.
Yeah, it always works. I've had plenty women that have more money than me. They do whatever I want them to do.
No.
I had plenty women have more than me, more all that, and they still abide by my rules because I'm slinging that Thor hammer. No. And she gonna want that. She want to hear this talking, this laughter, and this understanding.
Look.
She gonna abide by the rules around this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck.
If I have more money than you, I'm probably not going to listen to you.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
Men not liking a confident woman. What are your views on this? Because I always say they don't like a powerful woman. If you have big goals, you have big ambitions as a woman, a man's almost like they don't really know where they fit in that, because I think through this whole day and age and as we've like evolved over time, men are the ones who typically have provided for the woman. They are meant to look after the family money-wise, financially, and then the woman's meant to like stereotypically meant to stay at home and raise the kids. But as everything's have changed over time, women want a career, women want to make something of themselves, and they don't want to be just tied to their husband. So then men are like, well, where do I fit in that?
I agree with you, and I think that the roles are really changing, and I think that what women are expecting from men is changing really quickly, and so it's quite difficult for everyone in society because it's always been a certain way, and now we have different expectations. And so, you know, I think sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, it is difficult for men, but I think that it really comes down to a certain type of guy. So there are definitely men who would be intimidated by success, by big goals, by someone who is confident, but I have had so many experiences with guys who are attracted to it.
Ladies, men that you want to date or marry do not want masculine, independent, strong women. I don't know, but I feel like women have been sold this lie where they need to like go out and like kind of become men. Like, no guy who has his stuff together is gonna want to date like a female version of a dude. We want someone who is feminine. We do not want someone who is going to bring us more chaos into our already chaotic life. At the end of the day, men want like feminine energy in a partner, and they want someone who's going to bring them peace. And I know women want peace in their life too from their partner, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about what men want right now. And I'm telling you, this lie that everyone's been told that you need to go be like this strong, independent, masculine women, like it's just a lie. The guys that I hang around who do very, very well in their life do not want that. In fact, they want the opposite of that. And I just find it hilarious that we all buy into this idea that is spread on social media about how everyone needs to be like strong and independent and like go queen, like do your thing. Just avoid that. If you see a video like that, just avoid it. I'm telling you, the people making those videos ain't doing nothing. Now, being strong and feminine is very different, probably requires a different conversation, but I'm talking about like just masculine women pursuing masculinity for some reason. It's not it. Guys aren't attracted to it. We hate this. So if you want a guy to pursue you long term, avoid becoming masculine as a woman. It's actually quite simple. I already know the comment section is just going to absolutely hate me, so I'm ready for it. I'm prepared. But use this information as you wish, and have an awesome day.
Ambitious men like ambitious women. No, they don't. Because then they have competition right there, and they don't like that. Not after a while. They'll get tired of it and go get the secretary, the receptionist, the hostess at the restaurant, because they don't like ambitious women. They really don't. You know how they don't like ambitious women? Because if you take a man and a woman, right, and they're both ambitious, the woman is going to always bypass the man, period. And she's going to do it while doing everything else. And they don't like that. Not eventually, they like the idea of it. They like that they have something in common. But then when she beat him at his own game, they don't like it no more. So they don't like it when they're in it. They like it as an idea, but they don't like it when they're in it. Because if they were in it and she's ambitious and she's smart and he's ambitious and smart, and she has a plan, and he has a plan, her plan goes well and his doesn't, and she tries to give him advice and say, oh, well, you should have done this. People, oh, well, you don't tell me what to do. I'm already, a professional. Then it becomes a competition or an argument. And that man has gone off to the little stupid receptionist who is making minimum wage or whatever and trying to impress her now. So men think they like ambition, but they don't. Because ambition comes with many other things.
With men, I find it difficult to be with men because of how much I do, that it's somewhat maybe intimidating or dulls their ego.
It's not. They feel like they're with a man. Okay, so this word intimidating needs to get shot down. Men,
explain it to me.
Because men, when it comes to this, men are not intimidated by women. Men have a certain way in which they work, okay? And women, they go into this workplace and they feel like, okay, well, I'm in this workplace and doing well for myself and da-da-da, and the guy may not be doing that. He's not intimidated by that. What he doesn't want is a woman who is going to give him a schedule. He doesn't want to, because it's a very masculine thing.
Do you think
guys do not want masculine women who are going to be like, all right, well, babe, I can fit you in now. This is my schedule. Here we go. This is when we're going to spend time together. No man wants that.
I think most men would prefer it's like I'm picking you up at this time, and then they just say, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, exactly. You don't want to say, all right, babe, I'll pick you up at 7 tonight. Is that okay? Is that, what, are you the man? Am I the woman? Like, what's going on here?
I'll just tell you what time.
And there's a man, and maybe not you personally, because obviously it's not like we know each other like that personally, but yeah, for the women who approach relationships with this mindset that, well, I need a man who kind of needs to be on my type of time because I've got things going on, I've got this and that going on, needs to be on my time. I feel like there's a man out there for every woman who says that. There's a man out there that a man out there of a certain caliber, that if you were with him, you'd respect the program still.
Right.
I feel like, because you can't get him, you get it. It's like, I can't get him. So rather than focus on why I can't get him, I'm just going to work with who I'm working with now, and you lot got to get with my program.
And eventually, you see that what that does, that breeds for a woman. If a woman feels like she's the man in the relationship, she doesn't respect the man.
Resentment starts.
Yeah, she doesn't respect him, okay? And so what happens is she's going to cheat on him eventually because she sees him as somebody who's weak.
So no, men aren't intimidated by successful women. They're just uninterested in competing with one. Men don't want to fight for dominance in their own home. They want love, respect, and partnership. If you disagree, that's fine. Hit the comments. But don't confuse intimidation with disinterest. Men don't want your grind, they want your presence. That's the difference. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and with that, I'm out.